And you're sure you don't need anything else?
Positive. We've got it all under control, everything else has been scheduled, so you can focus on what you have for the demo and get settled at the new place.
Okay then. I'm gonna get packing so I can be out of your way. It's been so long since I last moved. I can't wait to see what it's gonna look like.
Trust me, it's gonna look great.
I mean, if we're hoping to get it up this year finally, then I think that it won't
be a big deal because you got a ton of assets ready to go.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Guys! You know how Ray said they wanted to move this month?
Yeah?
We forgot to make it. We forgot to make the house.
Oh.
Shit.
Surprise, it's me! I'm back in the building to say thank you to the sponsor of today's video, ᴬᵦ. Check the link in the description for 15% off their brand new quarterly plans. Ooh. ᴬᵦ is a practical learning space for artists to be able to study and track their progress. With its gamified system, completed lessons equal to experience points, so you can see all of your personal growth in more ways than one. Each of their learning paths are all targeted practice to work on your weak spots, but low pressure enough that you can come and go as you'd like. Frustration and lack of direction are some of the biggest reasons that people will stop drawing, and hitting a wall in your development is a difficult part of the process. But when your only way out is through, ᴬᵦ aims to give people the tools and the space to get there.
They're slowly removing details and making us do it ourselves. And now they're really making us go entirely by ourselves. Perch that back, King, okay. What the hell?
ᴬᵦ now offers a 3-month premium subscription where you will gain access to all of their courses for a fraction of the price, and you can use my link in the description for 15% off. If you've ever hesitated to give ᴬᵦ a try because a whole year sounded like a lot, this might be the deal for you. Thank you so much to ᴬᵦ for sponsoring, and now...
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry. I'm leaving. Jeez.
Hello, everybody! My name is Cades, you may also call me Ghost, and I am the designer of Ray's everyday office space. By now, you've probably seen it from a few different angles, so much so it feels like the only room in the house sometimes, but we're not talking about her today. Oh no, today, we're talking about them. These are just a few of our very talented team members, and this week, I'll be giving them a task. Nothing special, nothing crazy.
Why did I just get goosebumps?
But I will be forcing them to build entire backgrounds in 3D.
What? Oh, is that all?
Is it too late to throw salt over my shoulder?
Relax! I'm not throwing you guys in blind. I'm gonna help you. Everyone is gonna be assigned to build a single room of their choice. It can be any kind of room you like, based on what you think Ray would actually use. Because today, we're gonna be learning Blender!
I'm done.
Huh?
I finished it.
Oh, great! I showed the team how to use Blender. It's every artist's forgotten promise. Nobody knows how many I gotta learn blenders they have left in them, and the only way around that is through. So pull up your bootstraps and it's time to get to work. These were the concepts that everyone turned in. You'll hear more about them from the makers themselves, but I have to say that these came out gorgeous. You'll see here that Skitty, aka Sweets, turned in 2 very different rooms. They're both so well designed that choosing which one to model would have been a difficult choice, except... Oh wow, look at all the foliage. There's so many leaves and tiny, intricate details.
Yeah! I was thinking that Ray is often juggling a bunch of ideas all at once, so perhaps I could design a tranquil, botanical style room. That way they can take a breath and nurture those ideas in a calm space, like where you'd nurture plants in a greenhouse. There's a big open window wall to shed a bunch of light in, and I added a comfortable couch and a beanbag as well. You know, in case a bit of company's invited to assist. So, what do you think? Pretty great, right?
So like, in theory, this looks dope as fuck. But in practice...
Uh-huh.
I can't let you model an entire room full of plants in a single week.
Oh. I forgot about that part.
The foliage wall alone would require you to learn how to model, how to use geometry nodes, and how to work the curve modifier, which, if you've never touched Blender before, is not the most intuitive tool for a beginner, given that many people will forget to align their origin points and apply all their transforms, leading to a whole slew of problems. Needless to say, it's too many fucking leaves. So I think we'll save that for another time. If you guys like this kind of video, let us know in the comments what kind of Blender things you'd like us to try next. Who knows? Maybe we'll make another one, and then I'll consider sacrificing Sweets to the leaves. Now, without further ado, Parfait, take it away.
What up, chat room? It's been a while. So this was definitely an experience. When it came to drafting a room to model, I went in a couple different directions before I found one I liked. Originally, the room was a stargazing room with like a sunroof, glow-in-the-dark wallpaper, and mostly fluorescent kind of colors. Unfortunately, a stargazing room doesn't really have a function other than just like looking kind of cool, so it was immediately back to the drawing board. What kind of room did I want to make? Muji and Sweets already came up with some pretty good ideas, so I couldn't unfortunately steal one of those. Every idea I had was work related, so I thought, what if I did the opposite? We're always working on shit, all the time, every day. Maybe I should just make a room dedicated to avoiding that? A place to relax? Isn't that just a glorified bedroom? Shut the fuck up. Modeling was a mixed bag for me. It was pretty overwhelming initially, as someone who was exclusively a 2D artist going into this with no knowledge on fuck all related to 3D. I felt like Ghost was basically talking to me in a foreign language because what the fuck is a bevel modifier and why does it do that? In the beginning I was overwhelmed with just the sheer aura that the Blender interface was giving me, but it's like trying to learn any skill. I got a little more comfortable. Eventually. Almost everything was kicking my ass, but the hardest hitter was, and still is, just modeling something from scratch. It can be super easy depending on what you're trying to do, and there's a fuck ton of resources and tutorials online. But even when it comes to something super simple in concept, like a damn pillow, it's challenging to get a grip on at first. Especially if you want to make something that's more niche or original. Like originally, my sketch concept had these cute star candy shaped lamps in one of the corners that I eventually just scrapped because I could not, for the love of God, find any resources on how to model it, and just the thought of messing with all those damn vertices and modifiers and numbers without any like clear instruction made me want to rip my fucking brain out and run it through a damn cheese grater. Anyways, let's talk about the positives. There's a lot of positives, I swear. Once you get to the groove of things, it does actually start kind of being fun to model things. Like the heart and start pillows were a bit tricky to understand on how to even shape correctly. But once I got it, I was having a good time just slowly watching everything come together. The blanket on the couch was its own challenge because I needed to lay on the couch realistically. So I had to have YouTube teach me what in the fuck the gravity and cloth modifiers were and how they worked. But once I had everything set up correctly, it was so satisfying to watch it just fall into place on the couch. The bigger pillows were my favorite, to be honest, because they're more akin to how a stereotypical pillow is shaped, and following the YouTube tutorials was actually kind of fun. It made me feel like a kid again, copying from those old how to draw something videos. The satisfaction you get at the end of the experience makes it all kind of worth it though, to be honest. Like yes, there's so much I need to work on and so much I need to fix, but wow, look at this cute little room I made. Look at those cute pink wood tiles. I drew those. Wow.
Hey, it's Muji here, and here's a bit about my room design. When it came to the concept stage, I didn't have a real idea initially. The theme was about how the room would be used by ray, but my brain couldn't hamster wheel it. But with the help of the team, I got inspiration from the room design and presto! At the moment, I'm calling it the Dropbox room, but it does have another use outside of that. The main idea was that it's an archival room. Ray could use this as a special occasion to reveal behind-the-scene contents or uncover old projects. The concept, it's like if you see Ray at the cabinet, like that one gif from the movie Soul where the ghost thing is going to the files, then you know it's gonna be some good shit we're gonna reveal. And the loft upstairs has super confidential items. I purposely kept that room as minimal as possible because the upper room would be considered a very special event for the team to share. I even added in an Apollo eyeglass window just to make it super important for everyone. It's like a bat signal for you guys to lock in when y'all see it. Technically, there are 2 rooms, but I do have a third one, which is the balcony for sponsors. Ray does a lot of sponsorships for their videos, so I thought this balcony would be a nice little special segue to announcing the sponsor of the day without it feeling like it's an abrupt ad to y'all. Like, maybe it's also something like the Dropbox room, like, ooh, what's Ray gonna promote for this video? Especially if it's a very, very special promo Ray and then the team gets to make. I even designed a mailbox character that's inspired by the mailbox from Blue's Clues. I wanted as much interactivity with the environment that was allowed for, but I scrapped the idea because that requires advanced knowledge in 3D modeling and also rigging and animating the character, and I have neither of those skills. Help! Speaking of 3D, I had some experience with modeling beforehand, but I'm no expert. Ghost is so helpful with me with the process of 3D modeling. He had taught me the foundations earlier on, and I did a few 3D projects for future videos and outside of µ²ʰᵏ, so for this project, Ghost gave me the wheel, and it went about as well. But through a couple of trials and a lot of errors, I learned a lot of Blender's features. It felt scary, especially being a 2D artist, but you know, after a while, it wasn't really bad. There's definitely more I wish I could do, but I also understand that my skill level is not there yet. But I wouldn't be where I am now with Blender without Ghost teaching me, and also the encouragement I got from the team, so thank you guys!
Hi guys, how's it going? Hi, how are you? Hi, how's it going? Hi. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Smile, your little bug clown thing guy. And I'm here to give you a rundown on the room that I built for this project. We all started off by concepting our rooms in a 2D program before moving them over to Blender. But I didn't exactly have too many ideas floating around in my brain. I just knew that I wanted to make use of our white space concept that we've been using in our boarded videos. You know, the ones where the images kind of emerge from a blank white canvas type of vibe. I ended up keeping my concepts pretty loose because I knew that we would be able to pull stuff not only from Blender Kit, but also be able to use the 3D assets that Ghost had made for us. This ended up being really helpful since it let me play around with the room as I was building it, because I can't visualize in my mind. I don't see that damn apple up there. So I often do this with a lot of art-related tasks, kind of like a fuck it we ball mentality, but you know, it works for me. You know, we get the job done. Since we do a lot of concept work at µ²ʰᵏ, I thought it would be great to have a dedicated space to really visualize those ideas physically. So I decided to build a presentation room that runs off of a hologram system. That way the staff can pull up multiple projects, redline potential fixes, and even plan out solutions on the fly. The goal was to keep it cozy and on brand, but still on the professional side since this is a workspace. Ghost had actually been teaching me the foundations of Blender before this project so that I could help out on some other ones with the team. So I technically had a head start, which was fucking fantastic for me. But this was the first time that I was planning on modeling some small things by hand without relying too much on the Blender Kit assets. I was a little bit nervous, but I was mostly really impressed with myself. I took kind of a weird route to achieve the modeling though. Like, I'm pretty sure I committed some Blender war crimes, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But basically, I would go into Clip Studio Paint and I would make a symmetrical drawing of the shape I was trying to model. And I'm talking like bare bones, rough sketch, black lines, front view of the shape. That's all I needed. Copy paste her into Blender. Let's fucking go. Then I would use vertices to trace over the shape. I decided to do the gingerbread carpet first, which was made up of like hearts and leaves. So I was like, oh, this is pretty easy, you know, it's fine. And then Ghost showed me that I could use the mirror modifier to make tracing over my lines so much easier. I was doing things on hard mode and I was flipping and lining stuff up manually, and it was taking so much fucking time. But the tech that Ghost showed me was a game changer. Samurai, shoot your heart out, shout out, drop out. I used those new tools to make my butterfly table, and I was so happy when it looked exactly how I imagined it. I'm secretly hoping that I get to add to our asset library in the future, because as a prop designer, seeing my ideas in a 3D space is fucking awesome! So, foundation was set, and we were all ready to start finalizing the room. And then I got sick. Like crazy sick, like tummy ache warrior coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb sick. Pale and sickly and pathetic. So I phoned a friend and I texted Dove, and they coordinated with Ghost to help me get this project to the finish line. I do really hope that in the future that I'll get to learn and practice the same texturing techniques that the rest of the team used, but I left Ghost with the blueprint and focused on rest and getting better for the following work week. Which I also missed! Because I had to go out of the office to an event that was already pre-scheduled months in advance. The day of this recording is actually when I finally saw the final product for the first time. So, here's a little tidbit of me viewing the room once Ghost handed me the keys. This is my freaking reaction to seeing my final room that Kaden finished texturing. Let's freaking open it. Here we go. I haven't seen it in like 2 seconds. So I'm like Is this where I left it? I'm pretty sure this is where I left it. Okay, we're gonna turn on the rendered view. It might take a little second because lag. Oh my god, it looks so good. Yes! Oh my god, and the butterfly lights. Oh my god. Wow. Beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I've heard of speedrunning video games, but let's just say having to speedrun learning Blender was a whole new experience for me. But my Pookie's asked, and so I delivered. Perhaps I delivered too hard, given that I ended up making a design too advanced for a beginner Blender user, but I digress! I immediately knew, right off the bat, that I wanted at least one of my room concepts to center around the team as a whole, and the fact that we're not only co-workers, but a group of friends. How we're able to perfectly blend professional business communication while also nurturing an environment where we can chat and game and overall be comfortable being ourselves. I wanted to make a room that encompassed that blend of chaotic harmony. The best way I could do that was by designing a community room, and this is what I came up with. One half being a more intimate roundtable setting where we can conduct our meetings and exchange business-related ideas, and the other half being a cozier setting with a big couch for games or the occasional movie night. I saw these energies as two halves of the same coin rather than themes that could serve as two completely different rooms, hence why I combined them both into one room with an arch as that subtle divide between the two. After all, some meetings tend to be more casual and silly, and some gaming can be in a more business-related setting, like the Patreon streams. It's also why I themed the rooms opposite from one another, with the roundtable room having a louder color palette, with uniform checkerboard tile on the floor, but also a rainbow trail almost sloppily painting its way across the space. Meanwhile, the more fun half of the room is a lot more uniform, with neutral-toned wood flooring and cleanly painted walls decorated with perfectly organized picture frames. I felt very confident with my design as a whole. Overall, the result is colorful and fun. Little did I know I would be absolutely humbled when I then had to transform it into a 3D space. Thank you for looking out for me, Ghost. My botanical room surely would have left me feeling the complete opposite of peace and tranquility. What I didn't anticipate was how many steps would be involved beyond what I envisioned would be mostly sculpting and scaling. Various hotkeys to modifiers. Even building a simple wall had its own carefully crafted process. Any misstep when building structures could result in warping or breaking. I'm strictly a 2D artist, and anything beyond that is mostly having to memorize a few codes to decorate my account in the early years of DeviantArt, so you could probably imagine how overwhelming it was to have to learn all of this, especially in a week. Node editors? Subdivision? Boolean? What is this foreign language you're speaking to me? There was a lot to learn all at once, and it was hard to retain a lot of the information I was being taught. One day, I realized I spent 2.5 hours simply laying a floor in some walls, and that was with help. I had to raise the little white flag to build an empty room, and it felt pretty discouraging in the moment. My brain's just far too whimsical for my own good, I guess. Meanwhile, BlenderKit was a breeze in comparison. I could find a model design I enjoyed, play with the colors a bit, and boom, an easy door. Bam! A whole couch. Not to mention, the process wasn't all 3D. Image textures were a lifesaver. It was so fun to have little breaks in between building 3D structures to draw the pretty little personalized details I wanted to decorate the space with. I got to combine a new skill with one I was confident in, and it was then that a room that I was worried felt too empty suddenly came to life. Overall, as much of a challenge as this project was, I cannot stress enough how challenged I felt by this project. Let us be an example that learning a new skill doesn't happen in an instant. It takes time, and the more time you dedicate to a new skill, the easier the process will feel. Once you get the hang of things, it really does feel like The Sims with a few extra steps. Now, is my room perfect? Nope! A week isn't nearly enough time to go from beginner to pro at anything. However, I learned a lot from this experience. And I know it'll absolutely benefit me in the long run, especially when it comes to planning out and drawing backgrounds. I have reached my 2D containment, and now it is over for y'all!
That's it for today's Blender Bootcamp. Y'all, I just gotta say, I truly couldn't be more impressed with our team. Learning to 3D model in only a week is no easy task, especially when your entire creative background is almost exclusively 2D. I'm so proud of everyone for giving it their all and scaling the learning curve that is Blender. By the end, everyone had learned the basics of 3D modeling, how to use different modifiers, create their own textures, work the camera, import models from other places like Blender Kit, and still more. Honestly, it felt like I was teaching a college course. I think that SSᵗᵗ and ∂Parfait in particular sat through like 4 consecutive hours of training with me before I released them back into the Blender wilds. It was super fun, and I can't wait to incorporate more 3D skills into our production pipeline. Maybe next time we'll try storyboarding directly with Blender. Y'all want to see that? Or should we sacrifice Skiddie to the leaves first? Let us know in the comments what you think, but for now, let's see how Ray likes their new place.
Do you think they'll like it?
Oh, dude, definitely. They're gonna love it. Everybody's room turned out amazing.
I think we could still fix them later if we wanted to.
I just can't wait to take a nap in mine.
Okay, it's go time. Look alive, everyone.
Shh, hey, they're here.
Hey guys, I'm Ho.
Surprise!
Oh my god! Look at it! You seriously did all of this?
Barely.
I can't believe it. This looks incredible. How'd you pull this off? It's so colorful, it's radiant, it's...
Anything for you, princess.
Yeah! It was really hard. But we did have a lot of fun.
Aw, you guys. I can't wait to start filming in all of these. Oh, this is gonna be a blast.
Thank you guys so much for watching our team's first foray into Blender. It's been super exciting to start expanding everyone's skill sets, and we actually teased these new rooms a few weeks ago on our Patreon. If you want to check it out, $2 a month gets you access to early sketchbook pages and progress shots of upcoming videos. $5 a month is our new Prism development tier, where we post about the game, and $10 a month gets your name at the end of our videos, just like this. June will be back in the next one, so we'll see y'all then. Bye!
Why?
This lesson is that one
try
photo of
pushing
the
in.
parent holding 2 leashes and the toddlers are running 2 different directions, and Pat is the one taking the photo.
I'm really
thanks.
not sure what you did. So Wisp, I'm gonna walk you through this whole thing again. I want you to tab out of edit mode.
Okay. Alright.
Zoom or go into your x-axis, please. Okay. Why do you have a fat table? Okay. All right. Well, it's fine.
Can we use some of this for the video?
Yeah, you certainly.
I think we should.